My shawty pulling up with a real bad, bad. You too. Dripping my swag. About tag on I got it in the bag now. Getting all type of cash. I'm a general true.
All right, thanks, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a first down throw, Watson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Miles Jack able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Tiger! Red! Blue 80!
A shotgun snap for Watson. And right away, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters in the...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, look at that. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Watson hands this to Foreman. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Come back, come back. Hey, green the line, green the line. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. They go play action here on first down. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Reset. Hey, green the line, green the line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back. Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to go down again. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars will take over at their 20-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting room.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Over the middle, complete. It's Oliver. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, Murray. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. To throw on 3rd down, Murray. Open man is Westbrook, complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down, blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Green the line! Green the line! Reset!
From the gun, Watson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come back! Richmond!
Here's Watson operating from the gun. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, Murray. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Murray now steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, eluding the tackle. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw on second is Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Tiger. Hey, blue 80.
On 1st and 10, Watson caught here by Griffin. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Fournette, a first down carry. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Murray. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Tiger.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Come back.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Black 22. Black 22.
Off of play action, it's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Reset. Tiger.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins continuing to add on. They are really rolling. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
Let's go! 3-19!
Throwing on first down. Murray buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
On first down, Murray. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw on second down. Murray dumps it off to Fournette. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. A final shot before break. Murray And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. Murray dancing to his left. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Murray flush to his right. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Murray. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Watson now to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Third and long, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Blue 90.
On third down, Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Two jet.
On first down, it's Watson, eluding the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now out come the Jags. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Over.
throwing on first down. Murray escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Steps away to his left. The ball comes out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Following the fumble recovery, Watson, he'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, he hits Demarius Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Demarius Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Reset.
They're going to try and run. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And they will not get a chance to return this zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on second down. Murray being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 44 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Flushed out right. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Here's Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And his Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. from the end zone. Watson. Flush to his right. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
That doesn't help indeed. Still going. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your team.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to sack him for a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, Murray. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Texans now. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, Murray. That escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hurry up, here we go.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Watson on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Pushing his way inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw, Watson. His throw incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Blue 80. Blue 80.
Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Here's Watson.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
looks like he'll throw here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Murray now, escaping the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On third down, Murray. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun, Murray. Flush to his right. Finding some room at midfield. Well, I know at point